Hey everyone, my name is Maya, and my co host today is Miss Janae. I'm glad to have her on here today so we can talk about the impact that COVID has had on festivities and gatherings. Let's talk about it.
Thanks for having me. COVID 19 definitely made the past year a quiet one. There was no Coachella, no Rolling Loud, and just no gatherings of any kind. But in order to keep each other safe, we had to be mandated to not do many things that we were allowed to do before the pandemic. I even remember back when, in the beginning of everything, about March of 2020, when they first said you couldn't gather in any groups of 10 or more, which then gradually led to not gathering at all, and of course, social distancing and keeping 6 feet apart. And that meant no birthday parties, no baby showers, no weddings, no family reunions, not even a cute little barbecue for the kids and whatnot. And we were seeing just how heavily that was affecting everyone.
I know, right? From graduations to music festivals, the world lacked the serotonin needed to get by.
That is so true. Speaking as a college student, my friends and I were always looking forward to going to music festivals and events in the summer just to, unwind from the semester we just had and de escalate and just like jam to some music together. I personally had already booked a ticket for the Jhené Aiko concert that was coming up in May of 2020 when the whole pandemic first started. And, of course, sadly, I was bummed out when it was canceled by April because of the pandemic. But with hopes of returning to that time again, I have a friend, an active festival goer, someone who also loves to just be out and enjoy events and be around other people, a socialite, to join us to speak on the fun we had and hope to have in the future. Her name is Deja Gilreath, and she is also a college student who resides in South Florida. Guess, will you please introduce yourself?
My name is Deja. I'm a junior theater major from South Florida.
And Deja, how do you think that COVID-19 has impacted the social scene in terms of social gatherings, music festivals, and things of that nature?
I think it's definitely going to change how music festivals are done for the next several years. I think people are going to try and do things differently. Maybe they'll have it to where festivals are limited to a certain amount of people, or maybe they'll have precautions in place where people have to have proof that maybe they're vaccinated, or maybe they have some type of medical approval in order to attend and make sure that they're not contagious with like COVID or any other sickness for that matter.
And how do you think the proceedings of these said events would change? So, in terms of rules and regulations, the setting of the actual event, venue?
I think they might have it to where a certain amount of people can come at one time. Like if there's a group of maybe like 10 people who want to come to the festival, they're probably going to have to limit them to maybe like five at a time for grouping. And then they might even have certain groups social distance depending on how many people there are in the group. They still might even require you to wear your mask at some points, or gloves.
I hear that. Deja brought up some pretty good points. Not to forget the modern day milestone events that many high school students missed out on because of the pandemic. During the spring of 2020, many graduations and dances were canceled, making the long wait not so worth it at all, especially for a senior. I am thrilled to be joined today by a friend of mine named Darius. Darius, tell me a little about your experience.
So overall, I would say not being able to go outside and see my friends every single day was really hard for me, especially with it being summertime too. Like, I mean, come on now, like it's summertime and I'm in the house every single day and I can't even see my friends. That really, there's a lot of things that made it a bummer.
Well, Darius, fingers crossed, it's almost over. Looking back at it from the beginning, what was the worst part?
Me not being able to see my friends every single day and, give them hugs and actually talk to them in person was really hard. Yeah, I think the biggest thing also was just trying to find things to do with your day.
It's so sad. And I only hope that with the vaccination numbers increasing and, COVID cases declining, that we can all go back to the livelihood that we once knew as tradition and reward for hard work.
It's been a year. A lot of things have happened, and we're still grieving. We would love to hear from you and how you feel about the COVID-19 pandemic. Looks like we have a caller on the line. Hello? Ma'am, what were you looking forward to doing?
I was looking forward to going to concerts. I know there was a concert that my school was hosting that was canceled. We were just all looking forward to that. There was going to Pride in June, and that was canceled. There was vacations that we had planned in our minds that we would go to, but we were never able to travel, especially outside of the country.
You heard it here first. It was a pretty rough year. Thank you so much, Janae, for coming in to host this with me.
Thank you so much, Maya, for having me. I truly enjoyed my time on this podcast.
We talked about music festivals and social gatherings and all events in between. We hope to see you guys soon. Have a good one.